the thought of the day. Give it up for Adrienne. Adrienne Wilson.
My supervisor.
Good morning, family. How are you on this rainy day? Happy Black History Month. As you can see, we've decorated the lobby. We're gonna have some really exciting events that are gonna happen throughout the month. So we're gonna send a calendar around for everybody. But for my thought of the day today, what we usually do is, we started this last year, but how long does it take to make a tradition? Who knows? But we're going to do another libation ceremony. And so for those who don't know what a libation ceremony is, it is a ritual of offering, right? It's a gratitude offering that we give to our ancestors, to ourselves, and it kind of brings a connection between us and the earth, and a spiritual connection to our ancestors from the past, present, and the future. It originally came from northern and western Africa, and it really brings a sense of harmony and balance. And when I think about the gratitude, I think about Homeboy. I think about walking through those doors every single day, and I think about how coming to this place gives me such freedom, it gives me such peace, it gives me a safe space for me to be myself. And I hope that it brings that to everyone else here. And Homeboy, we are a family, and I'm grateful and honored to be a part of this family every single day. And so with that, the libation ceremony, we have water. And water is a symbol of cleansing. It's a symbol of rejuvenation. I think it's actually pretty symbolic that it's raining today. It's really refreshing. And then we also have a plant here that also connects us with the earth. And so, as you remember, some people last year, this is a call and response. So when I say Ashe, you respond and say Ashe. Right. Okay. So, here we go. We first pour our first libation to our first ancestors in the heavens, the Almighty One, the one who manifests, the creator of all things in the universe. By any and all names to our ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to our ancestors, the first people on this planet. We recognize our mothers, our fathers, and all mankind and humankind, the first flesh of the human family. To those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to our ancestors who gave birth to the first African civilization in Ethiopia. Those who knew we would need to form a governance, arithmetic, and language. They nurtured the idea along the Nile until it reached Kemet. In Kemet, they built a gigantic monument and evidence of our great civilization. They carved instructions on the walls and the temples and tombs so we would never ever forget their triumph. To those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. Thank you, Warner. We pour libation to ancestors who took that knowledge and spread it throughout the continent. They are the people of the great Exodus, who had the courage to leave Africa and migrate by land and by sea across the world. We continue to evolve and share the knowledge to those who've asked. To those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to our ancestors who found themselves an object of a forced exodus. Those who were kidnapped, shackled, cargoed, shipped out of Africa, and enslaved in the diaspora around the world. To those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to ancestors who were left behind, the old, the sick, and the weak. The depleted of their human strength, they were left to reinvent themselves. They also became objects of the global colonialism after Africa was taken and stripped from their natural resources, our culture, and our dignity. To those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to those who did not make it through the Middle Passage journey, those whose bodies lay at the bottom of the Atlantic, and we pray that their spirits rest in peace. To those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to those ancestors who, despite punishment, retained our culture. No matter where they were dropped off, they kept the pieces of their history. They remained African to their core through song, drums, rhythm, dance, and spoken word. To those ancestors who kept our history alive, we pour libation. Ashe. Ashe. We pour libation to those ancestors who survived slavery and spread throughout and across the U.S. We bless those who completed the Great Migration in the North, the East, and the West. We recognize those who contributed to the social, economic, and cultural growth of this nation. Our dancers, our teachers, our inventors, and those who made things that we have today. those ancestors, we pour libation. Ashe. We pour libation to children, and children of the past, and children of the present, and children of the future. Those who are young and who are yet to be born. We pour libation to those who teach our history and those who celebrate and those who choose to learn. To the future generation, we pour libation. Ashe. We pour libation and give thanks to those who stand here today, to the learners of each spirit and the spirits that live within us. We honor those who are here and not here and respect the history of this libation ceremony. This is a piece of our history together, and we continue to celebrate our African culture, our Black culture, our Afro-Caribbean culture, and our Afro-Latino culture. For the here and the now, we pour libation. Ashe. 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 Thank you. Happy Black History Month.